Hello, year 9. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing batik. Now batik is a method of using hot wax. So what happens is this is a janting tool, and what happens is you put hot wax in here, and then it pours out of this tube here. So what you're going to do is use the nozzle to create the design. Okay, and then you're going to draw it to fill this page. Now, page, I say, piece of cotton. So what we've got is newspaper underneath to prevent any damage. Now, you are going to be creating in your last project, just before February half term, you'll be making a frame. Now, your frames will be decorated better than this, but what you're going to do is be able to staple some of your batik designs behind them to frame them. So I'm going to just try and demonstrate. Now there is a few things that you have to watch out is spillages. Now that is all part of the technique. It's about having a steady hand, and you can practice on paper first and you just draw with the hot wax. Try. Okay, I'm going to just start off by doing a flower. Now you can see that there is the occasional drop, and it's about you moving fast around the page or piece of fabric. Now if you are designing something to go into the frame, you'll have to ask for the measurements first. I'm going to just use this as a practice. Okay, go over your lines. Now obviously this is a resist technique, so where you're drawing the wax, the colours will not go. And try and keep your methods fluid, so you keep on moving. If you stop, that's when the spillages happen. So there's a tip. Now this is very hot wax, so for health and safety you need to make sure that your hand is not touching the metal. Just gonna stop and refill up and just carry on drawing. If your fabric is at an angle, it's going to be a bit more complicated. Some people like to do some spills anyway, just to add a little bit of fun to the technique. Just try and make sure you don't get them on yourself. Some of the janting tools have bigger taps, if you like, taps than others. So you can just test out which one's best for you. You might just get given one because there's many people using them. So you can have little lines. So you can see now I'm just dropping it. So I could have some dots there in the middle of the flower. Could have some extra little bits just to add a little bit of detail. Okay, and then this will dry hard because it's obviously wax, like it would do it as a candle when you're melting candle flames. Okay, try and experiment. Okay, there we are. Okay, and I think I'm gonna just stop there. Right, so I've drawn my design. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some batik ink. So I've put those in a little palette, and you can see at the side of me, these are the colours. So I've got some water and a paintbrush. You can't see those though. I could move it all along. I put it here. There you go, you can see it. So I'm going to start off, I think, with the yellow in the middle. Okay, so it stands out. And the more you dilute these, the more brighter they will be. Okay, and then if we go around the outside and put some orange, because these are all the colours I've got at the moment. Hopefully we'll have more colours coming in. Okay, and now that's quite a dark orange, so I'm going to use just some water to splash over it and make it more diluted and more vivid. So you can see as I add the water, you can see the different colours coming out. Okay, then I'm going to work on my next colour. My next colour is going to be the purple, which I've got over here. So I'm going to just put a little bit of purple at the edge there, and then dilute it like that so it goes into the yellow, so you can still see the yellow. A bit more purple here, just around this layer, and dilute them so I can see that the colours are going into each other. Keep moving around the shape. The wetter the fabric is, once you've got your wax on there, the sort of easier it is to dilute the colours. So sometimes when I'm doing these, I will wet the fabric first, so I get less of the intense purple, and that way it spreads quicker, like a watercolour. So as you do that, you can see there's the pair. You can see the design coming out. Okay, add some water. Okay, so next one, what should we go next? I quite like the blue, so that's this one. So let's get the blue. Look how bright that is. As you dilute it, it becomes more vibrant. So it's that one. Go, water. And water. See that? So lots of people say, oh well, Miss, you know, yours is really good because you've been doing this for ages. I haven't done this for years because of COVID, so a good 2 years plus. So you can't say that. It's just about how quick you move, what you remember. Okay, you can blend the colours together if you want to, but you've got to be able to show the design that you have drawn with your batik. Okay, and now I'm going to go for my green for my leaves. So these are going to be leaves on the outside. So I might just scribble all over them. So you can see all those fine lines that I've added. All the way around the outside. Green's running out. Bit more. Okay, you don't need lots of dye, and then you can even, you know, blend the other colours in. So you can add some yellow over there just to give it a little bit more creative touch. This is a very creative technique, so if you like art, then this is a great thing to do. Right, so you can see the design come out. So what happens is now you've got to leave this to dry, and then you can iron the batik out of the wax, so you get nice soft fabric back. Now you've got to imagine that you've got your frame, and the frame is going to frame a section of your batik, because this is one of the last projects you're going to do before you move on to food. Okay, thank you.